Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this afternoon's Facebook Live. For this session, we are going to discuss key updates for the upcoming Term 3 intake. My name is Femi Ferreras. I am your education consultant from Melbourne office. For this session, we are joined by one of the most sought-after universities here in Victoria. They have 5 campuses located in Burwood, Geelong, and Warrnambool. So without further ado, let me introduce Freya Krebbs. She is the International Marketing and Recruitment Manager from none other than Deakin University. Hi, Frey. Thank you for being with us today. How are you?
Hello, Femi. Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm very well, thank you. I'm actually based in Geelong, so I have a little bit more freedom in my life than my poor dear Melbourne friends and colleagues.
Yeah, hopefully we will also enjoy that freedom soon.
Very soon.
Yeah. So are you ready, Frey? We have a few questions lined up for you.
Please.
Okay. So can you tell us an update on the commencement date for Term 3 intake and if there's any changes with your teaching and delivery modes?
For sure. Yeah. So trimester 3 this year is being rolled out same dates as originally planned. The orientation week for all commencing students starts on the 2nd of November, and week 1 of classes will start on the 9th of November.
Okay.
Yes, at the moment, even our regional Victoria campuses are still closed, so we do have an alternate delivery mode in place. We have a really strong, history of online delivery. It's one of the things that we're very well known for and we've been doing for a very long time. So our students are in good hands. We will start out online and then proceed to, as soon as we can reopen our campuses, to welcome our students onto campus. We're calling it our online to on-campus intake. And so it just means that students don't need to waste any time. They can get on with their future career plans and get started in the secure knowledge that as soon as possible, they're welcome back on campus.
Thank you, Frey. Well, it's actually good to know that students can actually start their classes online and then proceed to on-campus study when restrictions are lifted.
That's right. It's a shame to let the current pandemic situation put your life on hold, and there's no need for our valued students. They can get started straight away.
Sure. So can you also tell us the popular courses for Term 3 intake, and why do you think students should consider this intake for their studies?
Sure. Well, trimester 3 is actually a really quite a popular intake for us. I think the timing is often quite good, given that our trimester 3 generally starts in early November. It seems to be a time that suits a lot of students. They've from offshore, they've completed and they've had the chance to get documentation and everything they need in order to apply and commence. And for onshore students, often it fits in quite well with finishing up their previous course and continuing on to further studies as well. So we do have a limited range of courses in semester 3. It is a smaller intake than most and than the other two. We do actually have a flyer. I'm just wondering whether I could share my screen and show it to you, but I can also post a link to the flyer. Let me do that.
Sure.
So what we do each year is we just put out can you see that now?
Yeah, all good.
All right. We put out an information flyer and it's also available on the website with what courses we have available. You can see here that undergraduate and postgraduate, we actually have quite a large number of discipline areas where you can start in trimester 3. So obviously for students who don't want to wait around, they've finished their prior program of study and they're ready to get on with the next step in their study program. And also, at these times when a lot of us have a lot more time on our hands than we have in the past, it can just be a really nice opportunity to get online and start studying straight away. And also, I might point out, develop some online learning skills, because what we find is that certainly most Australian universities have large online and digital learning support platforms anyway. So even when you're studying face-to-face on campus, you'll be using the digital resources. You'll be watching lecture recordings in order to revise. You'll be participating in your learning in a really digital way. So it's a great chance to enrol in 1 or 2 or 4, full-time load is fine too, subjects, and get your experience of digital learning underway.
Thank you, Frey, for that.
Pleasure.
So I'm moving on to the next question.
Sure.
This is one of the frequently asked questions by students.
Yes.
Is Deakin University offering any scholarship for students? And if yes, how can they apply?
Yes, absolutely. I'll share my screen again. Is that all right? I've got scholarships. I can show you our scholarship screen now. Perhaps I could get you to share the links to our trimester 3 courses flyer and our scholarship page. Yeah. You can actually Google them really quickly and easily, but I can send the links directly to you as well. All right. So the Deakin International Scholarships, there are quite a range of them. What you need to do is put yourself on this search as international. And then, as you can see, there's quite a few options depending on what country you're from, what you're planning on studying, which campus you're going to be on. We have some dedicated Warrnambool campus scholarships, as well as, like I said, nationality, program of course, and level of program of study and level of study. There are a range of scholarships that you can apply for. Actually, often you don't need to apply; they will be automatically considered. However, if you do need to apply, let me click on this one. This is a very popular one. This is 25% off fees for the duration of the course. So let's go in and explore this one. As you can see, it's got all the important dates, eligibility criteria, and then how to apply. So please do hop on this website, have a browse around, look at the scholarships that you think might be suitable for you, and you can click through and read more about the eligibility criteria and application process. This one application, many of them don't. For example, our STEM scholarship, which is for studies within our Faculty of Science, Engineering and Built Environment, across IT, engineering, science, all the sciences, architecture, construction management. That one is for students from certain countries. Students who meet the WAM benchmark requirement will automatically be given the 20% scholarship. They don't need to apply separately. They will be automatically assessed. So do get in there and have an explore, and you can see that for the many scholarships we have, the terms and conditions are very clearly laid out in there.
Thank you, Frey, for all that information. So my next question is regarding the current restrictions in place. So we all know that most testing centers have actually limited or stopped their schedules for the English test. So I want to know, is there any changes on your admission process or requirements, specifically English requirement?
Yeah, the English requirements are the same, but the number of tests we're accepting is greater. Yes. I might add too that we're delivering our English language programs online. So anyone who needs top-up English can absolutely study online at Julie these days. Julie is our English Language Institute, and so it's not a problem if your English is it doesn't quite meet the entry requirements. But yes, they're accepting online TOEFL and other English language tests that are delivered digitally, not Duolingo, but many of the other ones. And there's more information about that on the Deakin University website.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you, Frey.
Good.
And we've come to our final question.
Yes.
Again, this is related to the current global pandemic. So do you offer any financial support, payment plan, health and well-being assistance to your students affected by COVID-19?
Absolutely. So let's go back a step to February, March, when all this was emerging.
Yeah.
We had many students stuck overseas, unable to re-enter the country. But we also had many students who were already Deakin students who were stuck in Australia, and their, financial situations may have changed completely, and they were having to adjust to online study all of a sudden. And as we all vividly remember, it was an extremely traumatic time, and our international students located in Australia were absolutely, it was very, very tough, a very, very tough journey for them. What we did at Deakin was we dedicated a $21 million fund, I believe, for our current international students. And we have a very strong network of international student advisors based in our student central teams. So students were encouraged to contact our international student advisors, let us know where you are and what your circumstances are, and then talk about how we can provide emergency assistance funding to get you through this crisis period, and help you plan out what the next steps are in light of your individual circumstances. So that's been ongoing. In addition to that, as I'm sure you're aware, there is community support through local councils and also state government, Study Melbourne, support for international students. Any current international students, who need assistance should absolutely be talking to those groups. That group of students, we also, of course, have our regular support and assistance kinds of programs. So that's for also through the Student Central Student Advisory Network, can provide advice, referral, counselling for students who are doing it tough in ways other than financially, because as we know, the mental health piece and the adjusting to rapid change piece has been a huge issue for absolutely all of us, and our international students are absolutely a part of our Deakin family who are getting our heads around all this. So yes, our international students are looked after through our extensive support services, and all of those are available online currently, and will continue face-to-face as soon as campuses reopen. I will say for commencing students, going forward, now that we know what the situation is, the expectation will be, in accordance, as always, with student visa requirements, that students will be able to demonstrate that they are in a position to support themselves during their studies. So for students who haven't commenced yet, we're back to regular expectations in this new and strange world we're living in. But nevertheless, we would expect that people would plan to support themselves going forward, and they would have plans in place around finances as well as other things that we can help them with, like accommodation and so forth.
Do you think we missed any important detail for Term 3 that you would like to share to our viewers?
Sure. Well, mainly just to send a big, warm, encouraging Deakin welcome to everyone out there. Look, good on you for getting on this today, and if you're watching this, you're obviously out there thinking about your future, researching your options, and this is what we need to do, isn't it? So do bear in mind that the November intake at Deakin is an option. We also have a very large intake in trimester 1, which commences in February. So, if November is too soon for you or isn't going to work out for whatever reason, keep an eye on us anyway. The scholarships that we have up on our website, and those discipline areas and many others are all available for trimester February 2021, by which stage, hopefully, we will be a lot closer to being able to open our doors again and welcome you face to face.
Hopefully. Thank you again, Frey, for your time today. I know you're very busy. On behalf of AECC Global, again, thank you.
My pleasure, Femi. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you, everyone.
To all our viewers, if you have any question about Deakin University or Term 3 intake, please don't hesitate to contact the nearest AECC Global office. Or you can also register for the upcoming Global Virtual Education Fair happening this October 16. Or you can also book your phone appointment by calling 039614-5900 or meet us via virtual office from Monday until Friday, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Thank you, everyone.